let's start a discussion on very important topic. And guys, if you are preparing for the business analyst, and if you want to be a business analyst, or if you to be a very curious about the future related things, so that's the very important videos for you. And if you just mention on your CV is a business analyst, so please mention the predictive business analyst, because it's not and the traditional way to gather the requirement, design, development. It's beyond that, and the new organizations or the industry wants the predictive business analyst. So let's we think beyond the requirements. Let discussion on the predictive business analyst and unlocking the future opportunities with data driven insights. What the data tell us and how the future will look like. So let me give you the detailed videos on this topic, and that will definitely help you to be a get the high paying salary and the progress in your the job role. So let's the introduction to predictive business analyst. So what is a business analyst? We know that the traditional business analyst is a discipline that focus on identify the business needs and streamline the solution to the business problem. So whatever the the past problem or what are the current problems, that the problems we get solved and the streamline the solution. But the predictive business analyst, the beyond that, it's the more on that. So the paradigm shifts to moving from reactive or the historical analysis, what happened, to proactive, the predictive analysis, what will happen, what will do, what in the future, what we are tackle the future challenges or the future problem. So we think the future perspective. In the traditional business analysis, we think in the past perspective, but the predictive business analyst, we think in the future perspective, and accordingly we will build the solutions. Accordingly we will to provide the solution or the make the functional or features to tackle these the problems. So what is a predictive business analysis? It is use of the data. It's the aware of the data and statistical algorithm and the machine learning techniques to identify the likelihood of future outcome based on the historical data. We take the historical data to do the statistical algorithm, machine learning, and he will help us, the businesses or the entities, to tackle the future problems and with the ready to solutions he has, or the business analyst has. So the shift from the reactive to the proactive business analyst, in that the uh, a proactive business analyst. So traditional business analyst will work on the reactive thing. He will more focus on the requirement gathering, document process, resolving the current problem or the past problem, and the he will has a questions like what do we build these features, what do we build, and why did this problem occurs, at which stage this problem is occurs. But it is a chance maybe this problem will not occur in the future, but we will work on the past. But in the proactive business analyst or the predictive business analyst, proactive business analyst will work on the uncovering features, risks, and opportunities, informing the strategic decisions that we are not uncovering. We will do the predictions, we will do the analysis, and then we will build the product or the solution like that way. And in that, the proactive business analyst will go answer the questions like what will occur the customer churns rate, and what product will be most popular in the next quarter, what are the features, what are the business customer want in the futures, and what are the product will look like in the future. So that's the work of the proactive business analyst. So let's discuss on the key pillars of proactive business analyst. What are the PA and the key pillars? So you should know if you want to be the proactive business analyst. First one is a data analysis and visualization. So guys, you should be understand functionally and technically. So data is analyzation and visualization. You should be understand the Power BI, Tableau, Atlassian tools to visualize the data and gather the key insights from these data, and to understand the how the features or the business problem which occur in the futures we are going to solve by taking the reference of this data. So the foundation in-depth understanding of historical data to uncover the trade and patterns in that data. So proactive modeling, so using the statistical models to forecast the future and event the behavior. So to use the statistical modeling, mathematical modeling, machine learning modeling, or the AI modeling to divine the future behavior or the future events that happen in the system, to understand or how the future, how the regulator will work in the future perspective. So machine learning, so trading the algorithm on data to make the predictive or classification without being the explicitly programmed. To the machine learning techniques like the supervised learning, unsupervised learning, deep learning, natural language processing, reinforcement learning, semi-supervised learning, to think about the future product or the future functions in that the software or the solutions. And the strategic foresight, the business analyst role is translating data insights into the actionable business strategies or the business development or the provide the solution to the businesses. So let's move on the next slide. That is the tools and the techniques that will the business analyst will know, or they are the functions the business analyst will know. So the requirement from the business analyst is not only the functional perspective. He should understand the programming language, the business intelligence platform, data system, cloud platforms. So beyond the function, he should understand how, while the gathering the requirement, he should think on that the perspective also. The business analyst will understand the how the Python will work. What are the libraries in the Python, like a pandas, numpy, scikit-learn, seaborn, matplotlib, the different libraries, or the R language, how the R will work, what are the roles and responsibilities we are doing the that features or function of the Python libraries or the Python language or R language, or different programming language like the C++, the Java, Python, JSON, that way the thinking, the business analyst will work, the API things, and then the business intelligence platform like a Tableau, Power BI, Locker, Atlases, how they work, what the tools it will be help you on the basis of data to visualize the data as the stakeholder, the business stakeholder, operation stakeholder, higher management stakeholder will understand the insights and give the meaningful output from this data. And then the databases system, so no SQL, but the SQL language, Microsoft SQL, to understand Oracle SQL, to understand these things, and PostgreSQL SQL, and two SQL languages understand to fetch the data and to feed the data to the SQL. And the cloud platform, so guys, the technology is moving on the cloud platform, and maybe there is a no applications in the system, we pass the data from cloud and we work on the cloud. So this AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, for the scalable data processing, that we work on the cloud in the future, because the internet speed are increasing day by day, and everyone shifted on the one platform where the exe is the traditional way, where we need to, or the application, we need to download the application and work on this application. But everyone, we just need to go into the Google browser and pass that link and work on this. So cloud will increase. So the real world use cases of the proactive business analysis, the customer churns prediction. So identify the customers likely to leave or to take the proactive steps to retain them on the customer. To, on the basis of data, what thing the customer want from your the platform or your product, and what are the attract the more customers. So you should thinking what are the products you should display the higher, what the customer pass search, if it is the Amazon, if you can go on the Amazon, if you search some mobile, tablet, or the clothes, so that will give you these on your top of your screen, on the home screen. So it's the they use the AML technique. So you should start to work in the AML techniques on your also. So for the sales forecasting, so accurately predict the future sales to optimize the inventory and making the spend. So the trend analysis, or the the past or the historical analysis, you should understand what are the sales we done in the past, and what are the sales we are doing in the past. So accordingly we will do the store, or we will do, to buy some product or to keep the store and sell and increase the sales, will reduce the cost of storing. We will work on that things. And then the supply chain optimization, obviously if we have the accurate predictions and we have work or groundwork on that thing, so we only do the supply for the product which are the high demand or which are the customer wants. So there is a Zomato, Swiggy, 1 minute, that platform is use what techniques, what strategy, Zepto. So these are working on that the AIML techniques, and to increase their sales and to satisfy the customer, or to attract more and more customer to purchase their the products, and immediately sale will happen. We can see within the 10 minutes they are able to deliver the product. What they do, what the techniques they use, if you think so, they will there the business analyst will do the proactive business analysis. They are actively think, and they will think what are the needed, and they accordingly manage what are the sales count, what are the the customers in that area. On that basis they will do the supply chains in that way area. So then the fraud detection, identify the flag of suspicious transaction in real time. So the anti-money laundering, counter-terrorist financing, or the banks or the financial institution will use the fraud detection techniques with thinking of the proactive business analyst technologies. So let's move on the next slide. This is the evolving the role of the business analyst, in the proactive business analyst. So what are the new skill sets you need to gain in this field of the proactive business analyst? So you should have the data literacy and the statistical knowledge, machine learning knowledge, or the mathematical knowledge, how that should work and how we are fit into the system. So we should, the business requirement, how we will convert it into the functional requirement, or the statistical requirement, or the machine learning requirement, and the familiarity with the predictive modeling, with the machine learning concept or the artificial intelligence concept, and the storytelling with the data, how the data will able to storytelling with the us. So from order taker to strategic partner, we will work on that thing. So business analysts become the integral to long-term planning action, as a bridge between the data scientists and business stakeholders. So business analysts will work more interacting with the data scientists for the data analysis or data driven roles, and the business stakeholders to extract the meaningful and to make the product or the functions to accordingly. And they don't just ask what do we need, they are asked what we can do to get the better future or the better future perspective. So let's move on the next slide. That's the challenges and the considerations. So business analysts will keep in their mind always. So data quality, or the ethical implications, organizational buy-in, and the skill gaps what they have. So garbage in, the garbage out should understand, ensuring the data is clean and accurate and relevant pronoun. So data should be the quality, very high quality data that will be feed in the artificial, AIML technique, and to accurately predict the futures. On the ethical implication, bias in the data, privacy concerns, and responsible use of the predictions of the data, and the organizational buy-in, overcoming the resistance and to change the reliance on to get the instinct. So organizational buy-in, overcoming the resistance to change the reliance and insights, and to always thinking the future perspectives. And the skill gap, the need for the continuous learning and professional development, to get the certification from different platforms, get the certification from Udemy, get the certification from COPD, get the certification of Indian Institute of Quantitative Finance, or the the Indian institutions, or to get the new certification from different skills and upgrade yourself to need to understand the AML techniques and to beyond the thinking of the business analyst. So let's move on the Next slide, that is a getting started with the predictive analysis. If you are working as a business analyst or if you are working with the sales team, so what are the stages you need to follow to be a predictive business analyst? And it will definitely pay you more salary as compared with the traditional business analyst. And it will contain the traditional business analyst roles and responsibilities, and also the productive business analyst or predictive business analyst role and its responsibilities. So first steps you should do to define the business questions and what problem are you trying to solve, what are the areas you are working, what are the in scope and out scope functionality, what are the problem that business are going to face, and what are the problem that business may be going to face in the future. So we will to work on that problem before that problem will occur, and identify the relevant data source and ensure the data quality, data enhancement. Start small with pilot the project and demonstrate the value, to work with the minimum viable product concept, to work with the agile software development life cycle. So where we can prioritize the requirement, where we can add all the requirements in the product backlog item and then prioritize the requirement and then work on the sprint like to predict the sprint backlog item and work on that. So build the across functional team with mix of the business and technical expertise, to add the technical expertise to think on that point, and innovation and the training tools to work on that. They invest in the training and the tools that will support the financial modeling, statistical modeling, mathematical modeling, artificial intelligence, machine learning modeling, and that will increase your knowledge and you are be competing with the market. So the conclusion from this video is the recap: the predictive BA is crucial and involving for the modern businesses. The business, the industry want the predictive business analysis as compared to the traditional business analysis, and it is a crucial for involving the modern businesses. And the key takeaway, it is not just about the predictive the futures, it is about the proactively shaping it and work it and gain the knowledge and call to action. Start with your journey from what happened to what is the next, what happened in the past and what will be the next. So guys, that is the end of the video. If you have any open points or if you want more learn on the predictive analysis in the specific side, how to do the AML techniques, what the part business analyst should know, what the Python libraries like Seaborn, NumPy, Python, scikit-learn. So business analyst will know, the pandas. So it will just comment and I'll be there for help you and I'll help you how to become a predictive business analyst. So thank you so much guys for attending these videos, and your one like and the subscribe that will motivate me to create more videos for you. Thank you so much guys for attending these videos.